again, Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another Brutus Monroe Inspiration Design Team layout. And I'm going to be using some fun fall items to create a summer layout for the vacation. I am going to be using all these fun items, and we are going to be scrapping 2 photos of me and my stepdaughter feeding like a goat and a pig and farm animals. So I do just take a white piece of cardstock. You've seen there, it was the backside of a pattern paper that was in a paper pad that I'm never going to use. So just to stretch my items farther, I use the backside, you guys. Guilty as charged. I'm going to go ahead and cut these 2 photos down. One is going to be quite small because it's pretty much the same photo. I just want to get them all in there. And I'm going to be using some stash items that I have left over from previous layouts to go ahead and double mat my page. So right there is the Fall Feast stamp set. That is a slimline stamp. I am going to use it today to create a fun background element. So I want a messy, grungy looking, and because we are feeding the animals grains and pumpkins and corn and all kinds of fun stuff like that, I really thought that this stamp set would add just a little bit extra emphasis on what we're doing, because it is all like a fall harvest type thing, fall feast. I am going to use that in conjunction with the Raven detail ink, and I have the specialty ink collection, the 4 cube series, you guys, and I will have a link to this. I will have a link to all the Brutus Monroe products down below, but I have a 4-pack, and it's just so cute, and it's like easily stored. So if you guys are limited on space, this gives you the 4 specialty inks that you need. You get the Raven Black Detail ink, which is a waterproof black ink. You get the embossing ink, which is clear, and it's an oil-based watermark ink. You get the pigment ink, which is alabaster white. And you get a disappearing ink called Sherlock, which I love that name. And it's a no-line ink for coloring. So just a little tip if you guys need to pick up some of this stuff. Brutus Monroe is my favorite company of all times. We all know that. And the Raven Black Detail ink is phenomenal. Seriously, phenomenal. So I'm going to pull out the stamp, and I am not going to use a stamp block because I want it to look splotchy. And the only way I know how to do that is to not use a stamp block and just kind of like press it down. But I do want like the messy mixed media grunge. So I'm going to take my little cube and I'm going to ink it all up, and then I'm just going to stamp this down on the page. I will do a 1st and 2nd generation stamp. So I will let you know, I did make a bit of a mistake, and that was in my head. I had the layout, but when I stamped it in a completely different place. See, should have stamped right there, but I move it down because I got really confused. And then it takes me a while to get the layout back to what I had originally envisioned. So here's my 2nd generation stamp. I just really like the grunginess and the splotchiness, and I just really love that stamp. I cannot wait to make some like Thanksgiving stuff with it, right? You will see this come out in my for my Thanksgiving spreads and the pumpkins and all those little pieces that come with it for my October daily spreads. So I do have that one piece of paper there that I'm going to put on there as well, because I'm going to use bright, fun, bold colors. And I'm going to pull out the Chroma Glazes. And the Chroma Glazes are such a fun mixed media product. They are smooth like butter, but when they dry, they are super shiny and just, I love them. I love all the Brutus Monroe glazes, and glitter glaze, the velveteen glaze, the chroma glaze, you name it, I love it. I even got some galaxy glaze, and I cannot wait to use that. But anyway, sidetracked. So I do go ahead and pull out my squeaky clean, and this is in the Alpine Wreath scent. And I am horrible at cleaning my stamps, you guys know that, but that's because like the stamp cleaners are very chemically smelling, right? And I don't like that smell. But these, they have a plethora of different scents and super awesome. I mean, excellent cleaning. So right here now I'm going to pull out my Chroma Glaze, and I start with the Sherbert glaze and just my regular old palette knife, and I am just going to put this right down to paper and make a fun background. Now I'm putting it semi-thin because I want to be able to see the stamped image behind it, but not so thin that you can see the white paper, if that makes any sense. Then we are going to come in with the Daffodil color, and I'm going to run it right next to it and mix it ever so slightly. I will not contaminate the daffodil again, so I won't be dipping back into that. So that is the first portion of our mixed media, and I absolutely love it. It is dry now, but I'm going to also pull out the Brutus Monroe mixed media stencil there, which is the Joel stencil, and I'm going to create a faux doily with the blush Chroma Glaze. And again, I want it to look messy, so I am pushing really hard so that it does seep under the stencil. Now, normally the Chroma Glaze doesn't seep under the stencils if you go slow and you take your time to not consistently keep running over the same spot. But I knew what I wanted in my head, and I wanted the grungy mixed media look. I know I've said that a couple times, but that was definitely what I was going for. And also trying not to go out of the stencil area. So you see I keep going right over the middle there, and I'm like, yes, I love this. So I am going to wipe off my excess, and now I'm going to pull up the stencil. And I'm just being a little careful so that I don't smear it. I don't want to smear it. I want it grungy, not wrecked. And I love that. Like, you can see the crisp lines, but then in the center, it's very smooshed together. And then where it didn't mix, but where the blush overlapped the Sherbert and the Daffodil, it was even more fun colors. Then I come in with some Chroma Mist in the Tangerine Orange, the Bumblebee Yellow, and the Candy Apple Red to give plenty of splatters around the page. And now I kind of have a faux mixed media L-shaped layout in fun, fabulous, bright colors. And because I needed just a hint of pink, I bring in my aqua pigment, which is in light pink, and I love the aqua pigments. This is like a creamy, and I just squeeze it right there on that glass mixed media mat and splatter it around. Now, unfortunately, not gonna lie to you guys, I didn't realize that the camera didn't turn back on when I went to do this part. I got my rough, sketchy outline. I did come in with Chill Out as my title, and I am just adding a few of the other fun things around the layout, but not so much that it takes away from my background, because I'm going to be honest, this layout is all about the background. I have so many layouts right now with these sort of pictures on it that I really just wanted to make this one all about that fun background and just give a little bit of interest, dimension, and super pops of color. So I will have everything listed down below: the Chroma Glaze in Blush, Sherbert, and Daffodil, the Fall Feast stamp set, which was a part of their new fall release not too long ago. I will have the Raven Detail ink, the Joel stencil, the Chroma Mist in Tangerine Orange, Bumblebee Yellow, and Candy Apple Red. And if the aqua pigment is still in the store, I will have that on there as well. So here are some close-ups that are coming up of all of this fun mixed media in the background. I do hope that you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Don't forget to click the Brutus Monroe affiliate link down below and pick you up some of this fabulous stuff. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.